exactly what you're
Yeah, hi, Mike from Mike's Fuel Parts here. We're working on a 99 F-250 Ford and
7.3 liter.
7.3 liter, this one is a diesel power stroke, but it's got this problem where you can, you're going down the road and all of a sudden it accelerates on you. And if you hit the brake a little, it slows down again, but there's a sensor on here that's ICP sensor that
injection control pressure sensor.
Yeah, and Greg here he's going to replace it. So anyhow, the symptom is you're driving down the road and all of a sudden your truck wants to take off on you. What a weird feeling that would be.
Yeah, it slams your head into the back of the seat.
Yeah, it's that pronounced, huh?
Yeah, it just does it by itself. And then about 5 minutes after you hit the brake pedal, about 5 minutes later, it'll do it again.
Oh, okay. So
and it's quite common to happen because customers call me regularly and ask me, you know, to please come fix their car. It drives by itself.
So this is it's under here, you say?
It is. It's under a plastic cover, and it's on the right. It's on the driver's side of the engine.
All right. So we're going to get some tools and get into it here shortly.
Okay. Well, they're quite different.
Really?
The outer, the two are quite different. Yeah. So.
I think he's got the wrong one.
It fits select. Why don't we start by removing the battery?
Negative first.
Sure. Just want to get them loose.
With all the electronics on a vehicle anymore, disconnecting the battery is probably more important than it ever was.
That, and I have the wrenches near the alternator, so I don't want it to.
Let's see what that looks like in there. Oh, okay, it's down there, right there. Huh. So the belt removes pretty easily. You just got to take the tension off of it. The tensioner is right there, and you just put a what is that, a 1/2 inch?
That was a 1/2 inch drive ratchet.
Drive, yeah, and the
or breaker bar.
Turned it counterclockwise to take the tension off the belt, and then you just loosen the belt up. Well, that wasn't too bad taking that alternator off.
Alternator is easy. Wow.
So there it is. Yeah, they're a little different design. Maybe, yeah, I can see, yeah, maybe somebody got smart and engineered to see actually taken in and out with a socket.
Right.
Because if you had a deep socket that fit that, you wouldn't have to take an alternator off. The new one, that is.
Right. Even actually, there's a fuel line in the way of it, so it doesn't look like I even get to do that.
Uh-oh.
I think I have to get a crescent wrench in this case.
So I noticed this has a black O-ring on it for a seal right here at the end, and I did see, of course, the one on the new one's red, but I did notice it, so I just want to point that out so you don't put the new one on without the seal. Otherwise, you're going to have diesel fuel spewing all over the place.
Well, this one came with a seal and it was pre-greased.
Really? Wow.
It had grease already on it.
Cool.
And then it's tight.
That's
So
it.
now we'll hook up our electrical connector.
So speaking of grease on O-rings, on injectors, we put a light oil on it. It really doesn't matter, does it? I don't know about using grease so much, but
3-in-1?
that's what you use, 3-in-1?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's light oil. Any light oil, I guess.
I like to have acetone in a little squirt bottle, and 3-in-1 on the top of my toolbox. And acetone seems to be about the most fun thing to use. It cleans parts real well, and you can use it on your carburetor and clean carburetor parts, your jets, and it just works really well on all kinds of things when you have it apart, disassembled. I don't know what acetone does if you just spray it into a existing operation. I don't know. I don't know if it's any good for your engine.
I'm not sure about acetone. I think I wouldn't use it.
I don't.
Too
but
much,
I'm just
but
saying somebody might hear me say acetone's great, and then they might spray it on their throttle body, or you know, they might spray it on the.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you use around gas. Of course, this one's diesel, not so much, but on gas, the ethanol reacts with just so many chemicals. I know if you use WD-40 around it, it's just like turns into acid. So
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to keep the WD-40 away from your carburetor and throttle body.
And bearings.
Yeah, it's not good for bearings, that's for sure.
I think it's really good for spraying on aluminum, and good for removing bolts.
So again, he's taking the tension off.
But don't spray your WD in your carburetor. Don't spray it on your alternator pulley.
There you
Don't
go.
spray WD on anything that moves.
So other than putting the top back, that top plastic piece, that shroud or whatever it is,
It's connected.
that's pretty much it.
Would you like to get some?
No, I did. I got down there when
Okay.
you weren't there. show them where it goes. But
now we're supposed to...
So I would say this is probably a 1 hour job.
Yeah.
About a 1 hour job, and
it took about 1 to 3 hours to diagnose.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd
Running
be a hard
fuel pressure and then watching when fuel pressure fluctuated, and then the voltage that we're supposed to get from this ICP is about 1/4 volt. So you can hook up your scan tool and read the ongoing information live feed to the scan tool, and you should have 0.21 volts coming from the injection control
on this particular vehicle, or on most of them?
Sensor. On this particular vehicle.
Okay. So that kind of information, they should have their motor's manual for the engine, I suppose, to get all the numbers.
And I guess you want to, not I guess, you really just want to change your air filter and change your fuel filters. There's a liner on the tank that has plastic. It's a coating, and it comes off and gets into the injection system. So trucks like this, their injectors get worn out because of little things that flow through it. They clog up the sock in the tank, or they get past the sock in the tank and they make it past the filters, and just things get ruined from use, high miles. Injectors just get worn out, so it's common to have your injectors go bad, and they go bad, they get worn out, so you can't achieve the consistent fuel pressure you're looking for. So it's good just to change your air filter and fuel filters, and if you can, go into the tank and replace the sock, the pickup sock. It's a good thing to replace. And then this sensor is common to go bad on many big giant Ford truck engines like this. This problem with the throttle getting away from you is common so far. I have customers call me and ask me to fix their problem, and usually I can just disconnect this and it won't have the problem anymore. And if I disconnect that and the problem goes away, in this case, where it doesn't accelerate off by itself, where we don't just tear off,
and he's talking about disconnecting the top right here. It's just a simple plug-in.
Disconnect
three
that,
prongs,
and if the problem goes away, it's probably the sensor. It's just a pressure sensor, but it's valuable for your computer to get the correct voltage, and the voltage is all the engine runs on is computer voltage. Okay. Should be repaired.
All right, so all that's left is hook the battery back up and
try it out.
Give it a shot. This is one of those weird problems that happens intermittently. It may not happen for a while, and then all of a sudden it happens, so who knows. Anyhow, so there you go. Thank you, Greg, for showing us how to do that.
You're welcome.
It looks like a fairly simple repair to me, so
thanks for coming over.
You bet.